Hey everybody, it's Ben, and I'm back once again with another video for you guys. Today I'm going to give you my quick thoughts on Superman, issue number 4. The series is co-written by Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason, with the art duties with this issue being done by Patrick Gleason, with the inks by Mick Gray and the colours by John Callis. So this issue picks up right after the events of the ending of issue 3, and essentially the cover actually matches what goes on in the issue, whereby we have a pretty awesome fight scene and a team up between Clark and John up against the Eradicator. Right off the bat, there's a really awesome two-page spread of Superman and John essentially teaming up to give a 2-for-1 face punch to the Eradicator, which is a really awesome scene, which is just like, yeah, this issue is going to be really cool. It's a lot more action packed than the previous issues have been. There's also a really awesome moment where as Clark essentially goes up to try to take on the Eradicator alone before John intervenes to help out his old man, Lois basically tells him, he's thinking about killing again, even though he promised himself after the death of Goldie the cat in the pages of the first issue that he would never kill again. And Lois basically tells him, you don't have to kill, you've got the best of both worlds inside you, you can be great, so go and be great, which then spurs John on to obviously go and help out his father to take down the Eradicator. During the fight scene, they're actually teleported away to Bo Bibowski's bar in, I'm guessing, in Metropolis, who I was actually first exposed to the character in the Young Justice episode where Blue Beetle, Rocket, and I think it was Robin, Tim Drake, where they were trying to track down the members of the alien race known as oh boy, what are they called? It wasn't the Reach, it was oh boy, the name escapes me. They're the little aliens who were making a living and had a culture that revolved around stolen technology. Anyway, so they get transported to Bibbo's bar, and the fight scene then continues, and you find out that a rock that Bibbo previously won in an arm wrestling contest just before Superman, Lois, John, and the Eradicator get teleported into his bar actually has a fragment of kryptonite inside it. So during this next stage of the fight scene at the bar, both John and Clark are exposed to this rock which contains a fragment of kryptonite, and as the fight goes on, we actually find out that the Eradicator, when kryptonite actually exploded, he managed to absorb all of the souls of the Kryptonians that had perished, essentially to save them from fading away into nothingness. The Eradicator actually absorbed them into himself. So basically this chunk of kryptonite works in a similar way, where it's actually draining John and Clark's life force away from them. And during this scene, Lois actually steps up, and there's a really cool moment where she says to the Kryptonians that are sort of swirling around the the two unconscious bodies of John and Clark, she tells them, and it's really terrible what happened to your planet, but if you care at all about the last two sons of Krypton, then please, don't do this to them, help us, actually get rid of this terrible being known as the Eradicator. And during this stage in the fight scene where Clark's life force is being sucked away from him, there's a really beautiful exchange between Clark and Pa Kent, where Clark asks him, will you come with me? And Jonathan basically tells him, I can't come with you, but it is the duty of the living to carry on the name of those who can't, so the dead can essentially rest easily. And he also tells him, you've got your own family to look out for now, so go and save them, and essentially telling him to be a good father and a good husband. So that was a really beautiful exchange. And there's another really beautiful exchange towards the end of the issue where Clark essentially jettisons his family away to try and find a deserted area where they can safely take on the Eradicator without any civilians or any innocent bystanders being hurt. The souls of the Kryptonians that managed to communicate with Clark basically tell him, we're at peace with what happened. You know, we understand our situation. You know, let us help. And they do actually offer to buy Clark and his family some time to get away from the Eradicator. So that was another really beautiful exchange, which is capped off with a really little brief, beautifully written moment where Clark basically tells Lois and John that, you know, that they have hope in the last two sons of Krypton, obviously being Clark and John themselves. And there's another really great exchange, this time from Bibbo, where they actually do manage to get away from the Eradicator temporarily, and Superman is essentially jettisoning his family away up to the moon to essentially take on the Eradicator, where nobody can be harmed, where he actually tells one of his patrons, you know, he's not running away, you know, the Man of Steel actually has a plan. So that was another really beautiful exchange from the character of Bibbo, who's been a long-standing fan of Superman. He actually has a shrine to him in a sense, set up on the wall in his bar, and he actually appeared in the some of the Superman comics, but he also appeared in the Superman the Animated Series back when that was airing. So, but like I said, I didn't get exposed to the character until seeing him in the episode of Young Justice, where Blue Beetle, Rocket, and Red Robin trying to track down the little guy aliens who have got the culture that revolve around stolen tech. I'll put an annotation in there somewhere as to what the name is. It escapes me at the moment. But overall, getting back to this issue, this was a fantastic issue with fantastic writing, fantastic storytelling, beautiful, you know, dialogue exchanges and character moments for each of the characters involved. And this essentially is, once again, sort of getting back to the roots of what this series set out to be, which is a father and son dynamic series, similar to what Tomasi and Gleason did within the pages of Batman and Robin during the New 52. So if you're a fan of Superman, if you're a fan of Patrick Gleason and Peter J. Tomasi's team-ups, or just a Superman fan in general that dropped off after the New 52, and you want to read some classic Superman stories with, you know, his son being involved and with the classic Superman that we all know and love, I challenge you to read this series because it's just been absolutely fantastic so far, and I cannot wait for issue number 5. Thank you everybody as always for watching. As always, feel free to leave a comment below in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of the issue. Are you enjoying the series so far, or are you going to wait until the first 6 issues are collected in trade and then read it that way? You know, are you gonna you know, are you also reading Action Comics? Are you enjoying that as well? You know, let me know in the comments what you thought on the video itself, on the series, and on the issue. And as always, feel free to give the video a like or a dislike. But if you give it a dislike, feel free to tell me why in the comments below, and I'll take any feedback into consideration for future videos. And as always, if you're new to my channel and you'd like to see more in the foreseeable future, by all means, feel free to subscribe. And until next time, this is Scambit896 signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.